Liverpool's nightmare continues with UCL loss to PSV. Liverpool, England. Liverpool's UEFA Champions League clash with PSV Eindhoven was barely 3 minutes old when the Anfield crowd started to get restless. As goalkeeper Georgi Mamardashvili stood with the ball at the feet, pondering his next move, supporters in all corners of the ground began to grumble. This same sequence repeated 2 times before the clock had ticked past 10 minutes. By that point, Liverpool were 1-0 down. On a night when Arne Slot's side ultimately slumped to an abject 4-1 defeat, that early frustration spoke of a fan base whose well of goodwill is starting to run dry. Liverpool have now suffered 9 defeats in their past 12 games in all competitions and lost 3 successive games by 3 or more goals for the first time since December 1953, a season that culminated in relegation. Such an ignominious fate surely does not await the Reds this season, but there can be no denying that they are amid a desperate crisis, with Slot's authority seemingly diminishing by the week. At the full-time whistle, a smattering of boos could be heard ringing out around the stadium, a damning indictment of a project that appears to be heading in only one direction. If it looked as if Saturday's 3-0 loss against Nottingham Forest was set to be the low point of Liverpool's season, their campaign lurched to a new nadir Wednesday as they tied their worst European home defeat, a 5-2 loss to Real Madrid in February 2023. The tone was set only 6 minutes in when captain Virgil van Dijk conceded a needless penalty that was coolly converted by Ivan Perisic. The Netherlands international, so often a talisman for Liverpool as they romped to the Premier League title, delivered arguably his poorest performance of the season. With his disjointed display exemplified by the yellow card he picked up for an erratic first-half challenge on midfielder Ismail Saibari. Liverpool rallied well after the early setback and got their just reward when Dominic Szoboszlai rolled home a rebound after Matej Kovar initially saved Cody Gakpo's strike inside 16 minutes. But their momentum was quickly halted after halftime when Mauro Jr. easily shrugged off Mohamed Salah before playing a defense-splitting pass to set up Guz Til, who duly obliged in restoring the lead for the visitors. Ibrahima Konate error opened the door for Kuhaib Dryak to make it 3-1 in the 73rd minute, with the PSV forward further compounding Liverpool's misery with a second strike in stoppage time. "I think it's a shock for everyone," Slot said of Liverpool's poor form in his post-match news conference. "For the players, for the journalists over here, for me, for everyone, this is a shock. It's very, very, very unexpected if you look at the quality we have. Is it a lack of confidence? I didn't see that in the first half. Of course, it's hard if straight after losing 3-0 you concede a goal. I saw the mentality that these players have shown so many times since I'm here. But in the end of the game I did see that it affected maybe 1 or 2 players that we were 3-1 and 4-1 down. For Slot, that is the biggest problem. Players who just a few short months ago were prepared to battle with all they had to secure the club's 20th league title now look as if they have given up the fight. For all of the tactical issues facing the Dutchman right now, arresting the mental slide of several of his most experienced stars looks almost like an impossible task. Though there are mitigating circumstances for some of his team's frailties, Slot will know better than anyone that such dismal form cannot be tolerated forever. Asked whether he was concerned about his future at the club, the Liverpool boss said, "I'm not worried. My focus is on other things than worrying about my own position. I try to analyze, try to help the players as much as I can, and it's obvious that I don't do it in the way I did that last season, because when you talk about individual errors, I think that's also something that comes from a team effort. So again, I need to do better, and that's what I'm trying to do every single day to improve the team." As Wednesday night's game edged nearer the end, the jubilant PSV fans struck up an ironic chorus of Monty Python's "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life," directed at the large number of home supporters flooding to the exits. For Slot and for Liverpool, though, it is becoming increasingly difficult to see light at the end of the tunnel. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned in case you missed the previous content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Vini Jr. has informed Perez he will not renew his contract because of Xabi Alonso. Vinicius Jr.'s future at Real Madrid has entered a complicated phase, amid reports that his relationship with coach Xabi Alonso is rapidly deteriorating. Recent tensions have sparked an unexpected scenario at the Santiago Bernabéu, questioning the continuity of one of the team's most important figures. According to Mario Cortegana from The Athletic, the relationship between Vinicius Jr. and new Real Madrid coach Xabi Alonso has deteriorated significantly in recent weeks. Tensions have reached such a point that the Brazilian forward reportedly held a private meeting with club president Florentino Perez last month. During the meeting, Vinicius made it clear that he has no intention of renewing his current contract if Alonso continues to lead the team. According to the report, Vinicius has explained to Perez that, in the current circumstances, a contract renewal would not be the best thing for his career. The Brazilian's contract expires in July 2027, meaning Real Madrid will only have next summer's transfer window to decide whether to sell the player or risk losing him for free in the future. The Madrid club has not yet made a final decision. According to the same sources, Real Madrid's management will evaluate the situation at the end of the season, along with Rodrygo's future. Vinicius demands €30 million per season to stay at Real Madrid. Vinicius Jr.'s future at Real Madrid is entering a crucial phase, as his current contract expires in the summer of 2026. Renewal talks have been stalled for months, and the Brazilian's major financial demands have recently come to light. According to The Athletic, Vinicius is asking for €30 million in net salary per season, after taxes, a sum that includes bonuses and other allowances. This request would place him among the highest-paid players in the world and on par with Kylian Mbappé, according to estimates from his camp. Real Madrid have previously offered him a raise of up to €20 million per year, but negotiations have not progressed. The situation further complicates Vinicius' already strained relationship with coach Xabi Alonso, a factor that has significantly influenced the renewal process. With only 1 year of contract remaining next summer, Los Blancos will have to decide quickly about the future of one of their biggest stars, convince him to renew on his own terms, sell him to avoid losing value, or risk a scenario where his departure becomes inevitable. At the moment, the pressure on the Madrid club is increasing, and the Vinicius saga has just entered an even hotter chapter. Premier League clubs are monitoring Vinicius Jr.'s future. Vinicius Jr. has informed Florentino Perez that he will not renew his contract due to his strained relationship with Xabi Alonso. The tension grew after Alonso substituted him during El Clasico, leaving the player frustrated despite later apologizing. With his deal expiring in 2027, Real Madrid risk losing him for free within 18 months, and clubs like Manchester United and Liverpool are now closely monitoring his situation. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Manchester United have been told exactly what it would take to complete the signing of Palmeiras striker Vitor Roque in January, with his entourage reportedly setting a clear price tag of around €50 million, £44 million. According to reports from Brazil, Roque's representatives are already preparing for offers when the transfer window opens, as several European clubs, including Manchester United, Chelsea, and West Ham, are said to be closely monitoring the 19-year-old's situation. Roque, who rejoined Palmeiras from Barcelona earlier this year, has enjoyed an impressive spell back in Brazil, scoring 13 goals in 28 appearances across all competitions. His performances have reignited interest from top clubs, especially those seeking to strengthen their attacking options ahead of the second half of the season. United boss Ruben Amorim is reportedly keen to bring in another striker to provide competition and depth in attack, with Benjamin Sesko currently leading the line and Joshua Zirkzee struggling for regular minutes. Amorim is believed to be looking for a versatile, energetic forward, a profile that perfectly fits Roque's style of play. Meanwhile, the recent Endrick decision could indirectly boost United's chances of signing Roque. The young Real Madrid striker was previously rumored to be open to a Premier League move, but is now set to join French side Lyon on loan, removing one potential obstacle in United's striker search. Speaking to Globo Esport, Roque's agent Andre Curry confirmed that interest from the Middle East had already been turned down, with the players' camp waiting for more suitable offers from Europe. "We already had an offer from the Arab world for €35 million, £30.8 million, which didn't interest us," Curry explained. "Now we are waiting to receive a proposal of around €50 million from the Premier League. The plan was for him to come back, regain his strength, and explore the market. If a good offer comes for all parties and everyone agrees it's time to leave, he's willing to listen, but he's very happy at Palmeiras. For now, Roque's focus remains on finishing the season strongly with Palmeiras. The club are top of the Brazilian Serie A, 1 point ahead of Flamengo, and are also preparing for the Copa Libertadores final on November 29th, where they will face Flamengo again. With the Brazilian season ending just before the European winter transfer window opens, the timing could be perfect for a January move. If Manchester United meet Palmeiras' asking price and move quickly, they could finally secure one of South America's brightest young forwards before rival clubs make their move. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Kobbie Mainoo in advanced talks over shock Man United exit as overseas move explodes into life. Sources. Kobbie Mainoo's January exit from Manchester United has edged closer to reality, with Napoli aggressively pushing a loan proposal that could finally crack Ruben Amorim's resolve. Team Talk understands. Sources confirm the Serie A leaders are prepared to cover the 20-year-old's £45,000 a week wages in full and insert a purchase option, terms designed to tempt Old Trafford into releasing their academy jewel mid-season. Amorim has repeatedly insisted Mainoo remains essential depth, refusing to sanction any departure without a direct replacement. Yet Napoli's persistence has shifted the dynamic. Club president Aurelio De Laurentiis has personally consulted the recruitment team at Napoli on how Mainoo would slot into Antonio Conte's high-pressing midfield. The club's success with Scott McTominay has pushed them to pursue another United outcast, as they believe they can achieve similar success as they've had with the Scotsman. For Mainoo, the potential move represents salvation. Just 228 minutes across 8 appearances this term have left the England international fearing World Cup oblivion under Thomas Tuchel. A temporary switch to the Scudetto holders, where he would reunite with McTominay and Rasmus Højlund, offers guaranteed starts and Champions League exposure ahead of the 2026 tournament. United's hierarchy now face a pivotal choice. Reject Napoli and risk alienating a prodigy already exploring his options, or accept and unlock funds for Amorim's midfield overhaul. Man United plan for Kobbie Mainoo exit emerges. Internal talks have accelerated at United as they consider which stars to bring in to spearhead their midfield revamp should Mainoo leave. Atletico Madrid's Conor Gallagher, Sporting CP's Morten Jolmand, and Nottingham Forest's Elliot Anderson atop the incoming shortlist. One senior source exclusively told Team Talk, if Kobbie goes, the door swings open for a new arrival. Ruben won't lose a body without gaining one. This marks a significant U-turn for United because, as mentioned, Amorim has been very reluctant to allow any of his players to leave on loan in January. Tottenham, Newcastle, and Manchester City continue to monitor Mainoo, but Napoli's wage pledge and option clause have vaulted them to pole position. As the January window nears, Mainoo's camp is in advanced discussions with Napoli. Team Talk sources have confirmed. A deal once deemed impossible suddenly looks alive, provided United are 100% certain they can secure a replacement first. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.